Hey, welcome back, Micro Class. It is Monday, March 22nd, 2021, or Tuesday, March 23rd, 2021. We are in the second week after spring break. Hope everything's going well. I told you, we're locked and loaded now. We got no days off coming up. However, that brings me to my first point. Number one on our list today is a typing jungle review. Y'all, a bunch of us are slacking recently, and I bring this up because it's not like you to slack. You guys, easy class. A lot of you haven't been doing work over the past few days. That's no bueno. No bueno at all. No bueno todo. That doesn't make sense. It's not good. It's not good. A bunch of you are far behind. You're getting late grades now. Your grades are dropping. And today we are not done, but we are moving on from the typing jungle. All right? As you can see, we got a Microsoft Word intro today that we're going to do. We're going to take a look at some of the very basics of Microsoft Word and not doing any typing jungle stuff. I told you we're still going to be doing some typing here and there throughout the rest of the semester, but you need to get caught up. If you are some of the people who have not been doing the typing jungle work, you need to get caught up to where we were last class. If you don't, your grade's going to reflect it, and there's nothing I can do for you, all right? So now you know, if you didn't know before, you need to get caught up on the typing jungle. Now, as I said, today we're going to take a quick look at Microsoft Word. I'm going to go over a couple of the basics with you, and then I'm going to give you your assignment and attendance question. So let's get the show on the road and take a look at Microsoft Word. All right, guys. First thing I'm going to tell you right here is that this is a basic Microsoft Word document, what it looks like. Mine might be a little bit different than yours because you're seeing my screen on a Mac computer right now. But what you have up here is kind of the menu / toolbar. This will tell you what your document is named. We haven't given it a title yet. So right now it's just called Document 9. These are some quick keys. This will help you save your document. This will have it go to your home. This is a undo. This is a redo. This is a print. We'll get into all that later on. What we're going to work with today is this section right here, kind of this paragraph section. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a quick few sentences. And let's just talk. It can be about anything in the world. Let's say spring break is now over, and we do not have another school day off until summer break. That is rough. That is rough. However, comma, we have the best micro teacher in the world. Some of us want him to trim his beard. Others want him to grow it out. Some of us want him to grow out the hair on his head and look absolutely ridiculous. All right, like I said, these words mean nothing, but what we want to do is we want to have some words on our screen to utilize these functions right up here. Now, the first thing that's probably the most important is the font. And font is how your words look. If we go ahead and highlight these words, we know our font is this box right here, Calibri. If we click on this arrow, it's just Calibri body. We can change it to anything we want. And right here in my menu, it kind of shows me what the fonts might look like. So let's change it to Algerian. Why not? Change it to Algerian. Boom. Now we have a completely different font. Let's go ahead and change it to Comic Sans MS. Up. And that's a good learning point. If you just change this, it's only going to change what you're about to type. So now, hello everyone. That's in Comic Sans MS. If you want this all to be changed, you can go ahead, highlight, click up here, Comic Sans MS. Now everything is changed. This is font, all right? Your font style, and then the size is right next to it. The size of the word can also be changed. We can make it small, or we can make it large, or larger. Let's make it extra large. Whoa! All right, that's how we make signs. So a rule of thumb that you'll find for most teachers, most classes, is that you want your font to always be Times New Roman and size 12. This is the traditional font that most papers, most reports will be written in. Now, moving on, there are 3 little letters underneath your font, a B, an I, and a U. Some of you may already know, and if you do, that's great. This is just going to be a review. The B stands for bold, and what that does is it makes your words all stand out and, a thicker font. There you have bold. Now, the I stands for italics, and what that's going to do is when we hit this button, it's going to shift it, kind of give it a little tilt to the right. That is italics. And then if you want to underline something, that's what this U is. It's got a little underline under the U. That's how you underline. We're not going to be using this too much, but this is strike through, where it's just going to put a strike through all of your words, at least the ones that are highlighted. And then right here you have subtext or hypertext in, superscript. Superscript and subscript. There we go. If you hover over it, it will tell you. What that does is it'll make it smaller and below a normal word, or above a normal word. Since we're doing it for all of these words, you can't tell, but let's say spring break is now over. Let's say we want the word over, and only over, to be part of our subscript. We click this, and now it makes it lower. If we want it to be the superscript and higher, now it's over the word. You'll use this function if you're ever making a footnote, or if you wanted to have a edit, you could possibly use this as well. But we won't really be using those. And in your future, in your life with Microsoft Word, not a lot of times you're going to use these 3 at all. Now finally, the last thing I wanted to go over with you today is coloring. So right here are our 2 different styles of color that you will use a lot. Now, just like Times New Roman and 12 size is the font that you should go with, for papers and things of that matter, you should always go with black as well when you're doing reports. However, if you're ever having some fun, wanting to type something out and make it look a little different, we can go right here to this little text highlight color or to this font color and change either what the color of the font is or highlight it. We'll click on this arrow. I like this blue color. We'll click blue. We now have a blue font. If we wanted to highlight something like, this word absolutely, let's highlight absolutely. We click over here, we can highlight it like we actually had a highlighter, boom, and that word is highlighted around. The font still stays blue, but it's highlighted yellow around the font. One key thing that I want to touch on before we end this is that we can do exactly what I did in the beginning by mistake. You can either type everything out and then change the words you want one at a time. Change these, make them a bigger size. These are little tricks too. Instead of changing the font size and getting an actual number, you can either go lower or higher. But the point is, you can either do it after you've typed up everything, or if you prefer, we can start over and say, spring break is now over. And then maybe you want to make a change here. So now we'll go change it to black font, and we do not have another school day. And maybe you want to change it right here too, and you want it to get a little bit bigger, so we're going to go up, 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 up. And we'll say another school day off until summer break. The point is you can change it beforehand or you can change it after, however you want to do it. I would usually say if it's me, I'm going to type everything first and then change all my fonts and all my editing if that's something that I want to do. It just makes it easier to do all at once. And that is it for today. So let's go ahead and see what your assignment and attendance questions are. All right, y'all, there you have it. Today, for your attendance and assignment, going to be the same thing, actually. You're only going to have to answer one question. You're going to have to do it through email. Actually, I guess it's 2 questions when you take a look at it. Email me this. What font style and size should you use for your work when you are doing things professionally or for your schoolwork, handing them into a teacher or a professor at college or university? When you type up a paper, unless they tell you otherwise, what font style and size should you be using in Microsoft Word? That is it. That counts as both attendance and your assignment. Get that to me today. All right. Hope you guys have a great Monday or Tuesday, and we will see you on either Wednesday or Thursday. Take care.